Hello and welcome to the latest part of Summoner. What's that, viewer? You want an entire part made up of side quests? Well, have I got the part for you? Yes, well, I hate to bog down the game, but this is a 100% run. That, and honestly, I think some of these side quests are rather interesting, so let's get on our way. Well, first off, he's given us a few rings here. The Ring of Light and the Ring of Stone. Now, there is one more ring to collect, the Ring of Darkness, but we won't get that until the very end of the game, or just before. Now, I equip the Ring of Stone because that gives you an extra bit of health, which I do like. Now, once we've completed that little dungeon in the last part, the townspeople will now talk to us. They've stopped giving us the silent treatment. Now, talking to the merchant again here, Ilar. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the game, we completed a side quest called the Seeds of Aha. And now this is the sequel to the side quest no one would liked. It's the Seeds of Aha Part 2. And essentially the seeds have gone a bit awry, and he wants you to go check up he wants you to go talk to the original merchant and find out, exactly how to make the seeds grow. Because apparently they're not working. Ooh, I said that in a rather messy and roundabout way. But, yeah, it seems like an odd quest to have a sequel to, but there you go. I do like this waterfall here, it's very epic. I'm sure I said that in an earlier part. But, yep, at this point we can finish off a few side quests from the beginning of the game, as well as set up quite a few more. Oh, pardon me, mate. Talking to this woman here will give you a new side quest. Oh no, this will sort of set up the Armadillosis side quest. But the thing is, we have been collecting items for this side quest before. Now, as I recall, we got one carving in the sewers of Lanelle, and the other carving in the palace. So, yeah, I do remember now, there is one more carving to collect. And then we'll just return here and finish off that side quest. Now, going back to the back to this rock thing here, we took to the Keeper of the Law, and now we can finally complete the Fate of Ruka side quest. Now, to complete the side quest, we just need to have talked to the ghost in the Cavern of Wolong. But if you have collected the helm, which was in the forest, and also the Kosani sword, which was also in the cavern, you can get more experience points. Again, you don't need the extra items to complete the side quest, but
gain new insight.
Yep, that's why it's a good idea.
I am stronger.
Yeah, that's nice. I leveled up 2 characters there. And that's it, mate. I'm glad I helped you with your history assignment. Now, I didn't mention before, but the Armadillosis side quest started when we collected a blank parchment in the... No, it isn't. It's when we collected the tablet in the Jade Temple. See, I'm getting these side quests a bit mixed up. Now, it's the tablet we collected at the Jade Temple, which is for the Armadillosis side quest, and it's the blank parchment in the forest, which is for the Secrets of the Daramanki side quest. Which, again, we so many side quests, I'm getting confused. But speaking of which, the Secrets of the Daramanki side quest, or the Daramankim, or whatever, we will be doing that, but we can't do that at the moment. The person for that side quest doesn't appear yet. So many side quests, so little time. But yeah, you can definitely see at this point in the game, the city of the Kosani becomes your hub. Becomes the capital city of Mediva. And it's pretty much the only city which, yeah, it's still standing. Oh, look at the little Kosani. Oh, they're adorable, aren't they? Now over this place here, we find absolutely no one. Yeah, that's for a side quest which appears later on. But hey, at least we get to check out the lovely view here. But anyway, talking to this person here, we'll... let me see. First, she asks you to keep it stum, keep it quiet. And this is the Honel and the Gemstone of Arakor. You see, that's why I wasn't able to record it off the top of my head. It's got more made-up words than Tolkien. Ooh, I'm joking. I know that Tolkien didn't make up all the names in Lord of the Rings. They actually do mean something. Like Gandalf is actually the old Scandinavian word for sorcerer. And speaking of which, that's what this side quest is about. Well, actually, no, it's not really. But anyway, a renegade Kasani has stolen a magical sacred gemstone. And we need to go and find him in a random encounter to get it back. And speaking of another side quest, we have the Hunting Horn of Vadagar. And this woman is looking for another sacred item. There you go. And yeah, you find this hunting horn in the sewers of Lanel. So it's quite a trip to go there. But apparently it was the Horn of Vadagar which sealed away Lahara in the underworld. Which, again, it reminds me of the sort of story of the angel Gabriel and his horn. Which apparently marks the end of days, and it opens up heaven or something. But, then again, there's probably some sort of Scandinavian myth about a hunting horn. But anyway, I'm walking in circles now to hopefully find a random encounter here. Ooh, now speaking of random encounters, this will be a new environment, which appears once you return to Medieva, and it's called Ice. It doesn't look icy at the moment, but that's because it's at the bottom of the mountain. Yep, and quite a few side quests in the later part of the game take place in this environment. Which is why I just walk around in circles at the foot of the Kosani mountain. Because, yeah, that's the best place to get these mountain encounters. But, yeah, this one is for the Gemstone side quest with Hanul. And, yeah, once you get this encounter with the Kosani heretics, yeah, that's a pretty signal. That's the big signal that this is the one you're supposed to go to. Now, fortunately, we're not required to climb the entire mountain, which you have to do for other side quests, but, yeah, you just go to this point here, and here you will find Hanul. And, we don't even get an intro, we just beat the crap out of him. Now, on the bright side, he seems to be some sort of punk. He has bright white and red hair. He looks pretty cool. But, yeah, he's not too strong. I love saying that he's putting up quite a good fight against Fleece. Not too good of a fight, I must say. But anyway, examine his body and you'll find the gemstone. You just return that to the priestess and that will complete that side quest. So really the hardest part there was just finding this random encounter. And again, if you just try enough times, you should find it eventually. Now, when you give this gemstone back to her, she will also give you a piece of the Tome of the Nivaseum. So, yeah, that's another part of that side quest. Let me just examine my inventory here. You know, I'm pretty glad. You know, I am so glad we have bottomless pits in this game. I mean, bottomless pockets. And also, she did give us a piece of armour, the sort of bone jerkin, which looks like it's been designed by Tim Burton here. But anyway, it does look pretty cool. It gives you +2 on holy protection. It's fairly decent. But yeah, I stick with the armour I have now for Rosalind. But oh well, that's a nice touch. Now here we are back in Lanel, and now this poor beggar has turned up. Now this guy is part of the Seeds of Ahur side quest part 2, and he essentially tells you that yeah, If you want to make the seeds grow, you need to collect some special magic dust, which you will find in the in the monastery of Iona. And like I said before, this city is pretty desolate. There's only 2 people you see here. Oh, but anyway, yep, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of Durgan's Lucky Charm. I could have given him the charm earlier, but yeah, but I wanted all 4 of my party members to benefit from the glorious experience points. So yes, hallelujah, the most annoying and busybody side quest in this game, and we finally completed it. If you remember, we had to talk to like loads of people in the town, and then loads of people in Aurenia. Oh, but back onto this side quest, the Hunting Horn of Vadagar. You will find this at the bottom of the sewers here, in the sort of Batchoit settlement, which is something I showed off earlier on in the game, its exact location. You sort of go into the entrance and then go there. Anyway, it's in a passageway with a hole in the wall. And yeah, you now return to Saito the Priestess, and that will complete that side quest. Yeah, like I was saying before, the settlement, it's... You have to travel all the way through it, and then there's sort of a hole in the wall. You can sort of go downhill in a passage, and there's sort of a hole in the wall, then you travel down there, and yeah, that's where it turns up. Now, something about this side quest, if you talk to her again, it will reset it. Which, I guess, if you really wanted to do some grinding, you could do it that way. But honestly, I don't like the idea of going back and forth. But yeah, she does give us some plate mail here. Which, yeah, it's really cool. At this point, the armor really does get really decent. Yeah, and side quests give you lots of decent items as well. It's really, yeah, it's really good. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Now this is the King of Talos side quest. It's a really cool one actually, because you find out this guy here who's wandering the plains, and he talks about the great wide world out there. And some of these points are actually picked up in the sequel, in the next game, which I really like. He's been wandering for 20 years. Yep, much more realms out there. I'm looking at the Iomani here, the people he mentions, and I do wonder, are they brought up in the sequel? Oh, and something else which is definitely brought up. He says here, the Desert of 30 Suns. That's actually referenced in the opening film, the opening sequence in the next game. You see, looking at a CGI animation of a desert with lots of suns in the sky. So that, I'm not sure if that is planned out, but yeah, that sounds really cool. And again, this guy does appear in the sequel as well. But anyway, like I was saying, this guy is a King of Talos, and yep, he had a special crown and scepter made for him by the Kosani, and it sort of disappeared. But so really, all the king has to do is return to the Kosani people to you know, to get it back. Speaking of which, to complete this side quest, you sort of talk to this guy again, and he explains what he has to do. And really, all he has to do is just go back to the Kosani and thank them for their crown and scepter which they made for him. And yeah, he'll get them back. Unfortunately, the poor guy has spent 20 years roaming the earth, so he doesn't even know if his kingdom is still standing. But again, I do really like this side quest. I like all the things he mentions in passing. I like the fact that they're trying to make the world seem bigger, and it really does. Like in this game, you have Medieval and Aurenia, and yeah, it really gives the impression that there is a greater, wider civilization out there. Like there's a bigger world yet to explore. So yeah, I'm not sure if they intended this to be a long-running series, you know, like their version of Final Fantasy or something. But yeah, it would have been cool. And another company does have the rights to this game because of, THQ. But I think THQ went out of business or something. But anyway, even if someone else does have the license, it's very unlikely that we'll see that. But anyway, after you talk to the guy in Kelsani City, you come back here, you tell the King of Talos again, and yeah,